Women cost you more and more over time, yet their market value decreases. Some argue that buying a property is a bad investment since you have to spend a lot of money on maintenance and basic upkeep. However, in most circumstances, you will at the very least break even after capital gains and price appreciation. If I told you I had a terrific investment for you that lost value over time, took your time, and stressed you out, would you believe me? And when you ultimately sold it, you would be out at least half of your wealth and income. Would you purchase it? Would you even take it for free knowing all of the risks? You certainly would not. Women are well aware that they are a bad deal. They simply do not want you to know. They have to dress up like a bag of chips and everything. You could lose all of your money if you become emotionally attached to an investment and believe in the firm instead of using your better judgment. When guys date or enter into relationships, it's as if they are buying out or merging their lives with a corporation that makes little to no money and has a lot of debt, but they don't see it that way. They find their potential female companion attractive and fall in love with her appearance. A marriage merger works quite well. They're just emotional. As a result, they have the ability to financially devastate you. Consider going to a car dealership to purchase a vehicle to help you get to work, and you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Her rusted back has been spray painted to hide the fact that she's coming apart. Meanwhile, when she meets you, she will be picky about the smallest scratch in your scrotum from your last romper room with another woman, and she will make you go through the automobile equivalent of the safety check. The only reason you want to sleep with women is to have children with them. You would not have invested as much love in them in the past. It was not so much patriarchy as it was their own plain-looking, foul-smelling bodies that oppressed them. Men would treat them a lot more logically if women didn't look so wonderful these days, and we wouldn't lose our heads as much. If you don't believe me, go to Amish country and witness how plain and toothless many of their ladies are. Those women are a terrific investment for their men since they can pop out 7 babies and still bake an apple pie while devouring your cream pies. They are the most effective salespeople in history. Dividends are paid if you invest in equities. People will pay you rent if you invest in real estate. If you invest in a woman, you must pay her for the right of remaining with her. Furthermore, you will not be given dividends. Instead, you will be the one paying her rent and giving her dividends. It's the biggest evolutionary con of all time, not only for our species, but for many others, all in the name of genetic investment. Because let's face it, genetic investment is important. That is the true investment you make in a woman by having children with her. But, as I've said many times before, gestational surrogacy, which costs $60,000 in Mexico or $10,000 in Africa, is a much better investment when it comes to reproduction. It's only that the vast majority of males are unaware of it. It's also not yet socially acceptable, and it's possible that it never will be. Of course, the issue is love. You're putting money into a feeling that can be taken away at any time. If she escapes, you have made a deal with the devil. You suspend your disbelief in the same way you would when watching a movie, and you simply hope your investment pays off. That is the best way to invest. But men are willing to sacrifice their entire lives to do so since it is an emotional and biological investment. Biology ranks first in sensations and sex with bait. That's all I've got to say about the subject. I used to sell antique adult stuff in a shop put up by the woman I was dating at the time. If you know how to deal with ladies just right, they can be an excellent investment. But that only works for networking and ladies identifying ideas that work like chameleons while still convincing you to put them into action. They also demand masculine supervision and authority from above in order to make the best decisions. But if you're looking to invest in a woman for emotional satisfaction, keep in mind that 50% of marriages fail. 80 to 85% of those who remain married do so at the moment. They're not even content. It's a bad investment. Not only financially, but also emotionally. Guys can't stop themselves from wanting sex on a regular basis. From someone they care about and believe cares about them. When it comes to the illusion of women, their red pill destroys the layering effect. When you take the red pill, you realize they don't care about you. That is the first barrier to liberty. The second is that, in the long run, love hurts you more than it helps you. Then there's sex, and having sex with a woman who doesn't feel love is like to having sex with a doll. You begin to regard her as an object, rather than the cleaned-up golden turd gleaming in the sun. Also, don't forget that she's going to wreck your health. So, if you want to invest in your lifespan, avoid investing in women. When I was dating, I had reflux, which nearly killed me. Male life expectancy is generally lower than female life expectancy. 1. If you're married, investing in a bad lady implies you won't have as much time to care for and invest in yourself. Thank you for taking your daily red pill dose. Have a good rest of your day and cheers.